Hello everyone, how's it going? It is me, Jack here, and welcome to episode number 9 of the Football Manager 2024 save with Bolton Wanderers. And if you didn't watch the last video, I highly recommend you watch the season finale, as there was drama on the last day as we won the final 2 games of the season, beat Wigan in the Great Manchester Derby, and we have progressed into the playoffs where we'll be playing Huddersfield Town over 2 legs. We're at home for the first game, away for the second, and victory over 2 legs would see us play one of Wrexham or Wycombe Wanderers for a place in the Championship. Getting ahead of myself. In the Championship. Into the Championship then, Portsmouth, Millwall and Derby County have come down. However, Norwich, Sunderland, Bristol City and Middlesbrough are in the playoff hunt there, Leeds and Burnley promoted. In the Premier League, they're still playing. Leicester have been relegated. Ipswich, Southampton are down. Man City are champions. And in League 2, I just thought I'll quickly show you this little roundup. Newport, County and Doncaster have gone down. Wow, Doncaster Rovers will be a non-league team next season. That's ridiculous. MK Dons, Port Vale and Colchester will be playing their football in League 1 next season, as will one of Carlisle, Accrington Stanley, Notts County or Wimbledon. However, I know you don't really care about that. I know you're here to see us decide our fate of season 1. Last thing I want to show you though, Aaron Collins. We said he was very close in the last episode to maybe getting the top golden boot. And actually, he'd be sharing a third of the trophy with Sam Cosgrove and Gustav Lindgren, as he got 2 goals in the last game of the season against Wigan. If you didn't watch that video, we won by 2-0 thanks to goals from Aaron Collins. Shrewsbury Town was a 4-1 dominating performance. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Nothing has happened really since the last game. I know I've called George Johnston back up to the first team. He, if you're a Bolton fan, know is a defender who is at your side. He's a Scottish international defender. However, spent the whole season injured. He's been out for the entire season. We haven't had him registered as it was going to use a place up. And he's a really, really strong centre-back when you look at his key attributes. If we're in League 1 next season, I'd be probably going to use him. If you're in the Championship, different story. Do you cash in and take $500,000 for him? We'll have to see. He'll be part of my plans though for next season as we work out what we're going to do with this squad. Adebayo and McAtee have got 2 weeks out. Sean will be back, I think, for the playoff final if we get there. However, for now, let's get into the game. We're going to go unchanged with the lineup that we started in the last game. Backs are in goal. Final defence here of Matheson, Toll, Forrester and Asay Tutu. Thomason will be at CDM with Benassi and Josh Sheehan, who was excellent in that last game. Aaron Collins the same, excellent at right wing. Joe Randall will continue his fine form at left wing and Delano Bergsorg up top. Let's get into it. Nothing more to say. Let's get into it. This is an important match for us to make sure you give the fans a good performance. Why are we looking stressed and anxious in this game? You've got to be confident because this game means so much to the fans. Let's just say that. It's all down to hard work. So the first leg, Bolton versus Huddersfield. I hate playoffs. As a Middlesbrough fan in real life, we've had our fair share of playoff football and I absolutely detest it. But today, we've just got to get out there and play the football that we have been playing. We've been in much better form, I'd say, than Huddersfield Town. However, the form means nothing going into these games. It just is about what you can do on the day. 90 minutes of football is what we have got here, and hopefully we can do the business in this match. Hodge has got a yellow card, as well as Josh Sheehan, as they have the first shot of the game. But you can sense the nervousness because it is an unprecedented predicament we're in. And if you reflect on the season, we haven't really had the support. That's due to my coaching badges and my experience that a lot of other managers in League One would have had. You know, if I'd made my manager a better experienced manager and a better attributed manager, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give myself a challenge. However, we've got to the first half and there's been absolutely nothing to show you. In the biggest game of the season, there's been nothing at all to show you. Let's just tell them, let's get revenge because we lost our last game. And it'll boost their morale as still a Say2 looks nervous. Can we see a highlight in this next 45, please, lads? As we kick off here. But yeah, it has been a whirlwind of a season, and only one team out of the four are gonna taste Championship football next season. Let's just pray it could be us as the first highlight falls our way. Tull shoots, Tull scores, and it's his first goal of the season. We had Forrester's first goal of the season in the last episode, and we've just seen Owen Tull's. He's been a centre-back who I've hated for quite a bit of this season because of his attributes. He looks so amazing, and then he got injured. Then he come back, and since then, since that Wrexham game where we had to keep our job, that man has been immense for us in defence, and he's just got our most important goal of the season. We lead by 1-0. I am going to take off Dacros Cogley here, and nobody else for now. A C2-2 just doesn't. Oh gosh, why are you looking nervous? A C2-2 just didn't look like it was having the desired effect at left back. However, Dacros Cogley is involved in this play here as he plays the ball with a 1-2 with Sheehan. Sheehan picks it up from Randall. Randall cuts into the area, has got time, shoots, 2-0 Bolton Wanderers. Joel Randall, the man who saved my job against Wrexham, is the man who's delivering again in the biggest of football matches. Lovely, lovely play here in that corner pocket of the ground. And lovely run there. Randall could have opened fire there, but actually was allowed Kasumu to step out. Hits the bar as well, which I absolutely love. 2-goal margin is massive. Massive. As we'll pause again in the 74th minute. I'm wondering whether we... Do you know what? I said we need to rely on Delano Bergsorg in these playoffs, but I'm going to bring on Keon Atet, because Bergsorg isn't doing much for me. I think the rest of the players we're going to keep on the pitch for the final 15 minutes. This is crucial we don't concede, to be honest. We don't want to give them a goal. What we would love, though, is to get a third. Tull again. Oh, having never scored once all season, he could have scored 2 there and been the man, the hero of the hour. Let's drop it to balanced as we want to protect this lead. The stats really, really are not in our favour at all tonight, but Huddersfield, we haven't seen much of them. And I'm just going to try. You've seen these tactical changes I make when I'm leading. Let's just keep it like that. We'll pause it now and we'll take off Collins for Mendes Gomez. We'll bring on Dempsey. No, we won't. We'll just only do that because I think... Actually, we'll take off Thompson for Matete. I think it's all about wasting time and trying our hardest to get the victory we require here. And to take that to Huddersfield would be fantastic. We'll close them off even more, shut that defensive line down further, dropping it to very defensive. Bolton Wanderers have a 2-0 lead going into the final game. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. It's the players that matter the most. General play was very pleasing. The stats probably don't look in our favour, but it's a big, big result as we head to Huddersfield Town. Wickham 2, Wrexham 1. So that game is right up in the balance, as is ours. But Wrexham lost it there in the 92nd minute. I bet there was pandemonium scenes. I bet there was absolute scenes in the stadium there. However, we take a 2-0 lead going into the final game at the John Smith Stadium, where if we only lose by a goal to nil, whether we draw 0-0, we'll be at Wembley. Let's get there now. Okay, so we've arrived for the Huddersfield Town away match, where it's absolutely huge. We understand the pressure. I am going to make one change, and I'm going to bring on Dacros Cogley to play it instead of a C2-2, as I feel like he came on, made a big impact. He was definitely involved in that second goal. Keon Atet for Delano Bergsorg, maybe a switch that we make. Adebiejo and McAtee, should we get to the playoff final, if massive word there, if we get to the playoff final, would be available as a striking option. I'm going to say to them here, we can't allow complacency. I'm glad everyone's reacted positively to that. We can't let complacency creep in here into this game. We've just got to go out there, ignore what's happened in the first game, treat it like it's a different one, and get out there and try and get the job done. Huddersfield Town have changed up. They've gone with a very attacking 4-2-2-2 formation, making 4 changes. We've only made the 1 change, as I feel like this squad, finally, I feel like all season, because it's taken me that long to work out what our best squad is, I feel like right at the crucial time, we've been able to find out what our best side is. And I think you're seeing it now on the football pitch. We have a couple of injuries. No, we don't have a couple of injuries. We have a couple of players here who aren't as fit as ours. We gave them a day's rest, which I think is critical in Football Manager when you're skipping in between games, to give them that rest. As fitness plays a massive part, as everyone knows in football. Being fit, being ready, being mentally ready for a football match as big as this is so critical. Anyways, very similar to the first game. We're having very little of the way of highlights. Delano Bergsorg has just picked up a booking as well. I've contemplated dropping the mentality to balance, but haven't decided to do so. But a corner ball falling our way is going to be the first highlight of the game. Can we get there? Yes, we can. Thomason picking up the loose ball, finds Luke Matherson, who plays a delightful switch to Dacros Cogley. Can he keep it in? He can. Put it into the area. Bergsorg headers it in. And yes, that man was a bit inconsistent in the past few games. But Delano Bergsorg, the on-loan man from Middlesbrough, gives us the 1-0 lead and a margin which looks huge if you're a fan of Huddersfield Town. That is a brilliant first-time ball in by Dacros Cogley. Wow. And the header, even better. But as we get in at the break, we have a 1-goal lead. But do not count out Huddersfield Town. They have got into this league 4th place for a reason, because they're a strong side. And if they were to get a goal back now, that gives them the belief that they can do something. Dacros Cogley just dips out of position there. Ryman makes it 1-1. He's onside and he's rushing. He wants to get play restarted because that is a big goal. And we'll drop it to balance for the rest of that first half. That's a big goal. Because now if they get a second, they're in the ascendancy. To concede there is the worst time to do so. I think we've just got to pick up where you've left off. Don't look at the scoreboard. Keep working hard. He's done brilliantly to get that goal. However, 45 minutes to go. We've got to keep in this tie. We're having much more possession than we did in the last game, which obviously can work in your favour, but also can't work in your favour if you get done on the counter-attack. I do want to pause and make a change, and I'm going to do that same thing again. Thomason's on the 6.5, so we'll drop him for Matete, and I'm going to try and see now if we can expose them all over the pitch, really, because all of their players are looking jaded. They're looking exhausted. Even their players on the bench are lacking in match sharpness. Oops, I've clicked the wrong button there. Let's just accept them. Perfect. I'm really hoping this isn't a highlight here that I've made this switch, but I think the game sort of bugged there as I've made the switch. Bergsorg to Randall. Maybe it is a highlight as Randall shoots, but the ball hits defender and goes out for a throw-in. Ball will be a throw-in. Are we going to see the throw-in? No, we're not. So it was just a daft highlight. But the continued highlights flow into the second half and flows right now. Forrester. Careful with the passing at the back. Finds back to Toll. Toll will play up to Luke Matherson. And Luke Matherson driving forward with it. Beats 2 men. Finding Aaron Collins. Can he slip a pass into someone? He plays smartly back to Matete. Dacros Cogley. Dacros Cogley shoots. Just sends the ball over. That's a good opportunity there from Dacros Cogley. I'm wondering how else we can change this game. Do we bring off... Oh, hang on. Highlight in the 70th. Hodge shoots. Baxter with a brilliant save to deny him from that free kick that looked like it was going to go into the top corner, you know. Marshall will play on with this corner. Charles back to Marshall. Marshall putting it in. There's a free kick to Bolton. Marshall unable to stay in an onside position. Let's pause. It's 72 minutes in. I am going to take off Matherson for C2 at right back as he's looking exhausted. And a number of our players are looking tired now. Benassi I'm going to put as central mid on attack, and I'm going to take him off, Sheen off for Dempsey. Make the difference, lads. I'm going to drop this defensively again in a few minutes. Randall again on a 6.5, but I want to keep him on the pitch. Let's drop the mentality to balance after this game. I'm sat on the edge of my seat. I don't know about you lot, but this is so nervy. It's so in our hands, but we've got to keep it in them. Koroma headed it on. Forrester clears it. Dempsey has control, finds Tall. Oh, this is dangerous, playing the ball around the back of the area like this. You've got to switch on, Randall. Switch on. He's lost the ball to Turton. Diarra. What can he do with it? Puts it in. Koroma's at the back. Stick. Oh, the ball goes over. We'll drop the mentality to balance. I feel like I want to make the changes now because we need to do something. Bergzorg will go on the left. We'll bring on a Teti. And Collins is looking exhausted. So let's bring on Mendes Gomez. Let's just do it. I think a tired Collins isn't going to do as much as a fresh Mendes Gomez will do. And there's a highlight in the 87th minute. We still lead by a 2-goal margin. Diarra can't connect with that header. Dakwas Cogley can though, but the ball is out on this right-hand side to Turton. Turton puts it in. It's a bit of a deep one. Ward to Koroma, back to Ward. Forrester with a brilliant clearance. Dempsey knocked it to Mendes Gomez. Forrester hoofs it forward. If Ateti can reach that header, he can't. But because we've charged forward, we've left gaps in the midfield, and it's a gap like that Diarra's capitalised on. However, we're going to VAR. There's a VAR screen in League One playoffs in the semi-final. I didn't think that was happening. But it's gone to VAR, and it's been disallowed. That's huge. I didn't think VAR was given. I didn't even see that screen there, in all honesty. But VAR has denied them of the... Oh my goodness, that would just be given if that was a League One fixture. Wow. That is mental. That is so mental. That could just be the difference for us in terms of getting us into the League One playoff final. We'll drop it to defensive, and I'm going to change it up tactically as well. So we are extremely wasting time. We are sat so far back, and the bus is very much parked. I've dropped it to very defensive. They've got a corner at the death. Is the keeper up for it? No, I don't think he is. Really, he probably should be, shouldn't he? Asei-Tutu on the right-hand side is charging forward with it. Finds Mendes Gomez. We've got all the men forward. It's one man. It's Keon Ateti who's giving it to Bergzorg. Bergzorg shoots. He's got the winner. Talado Bergzorg gives us the winner. I thought Keon Ateti was going to get his first goal in ages, but he did the correct thing, to be fair. Laying it off to Bergzorg. And we lead by 2-1. You're a striker. You thought he'd go up there and have a goal. Bergzorg has the goal, and it trickles into the net. We lead by 4-1 in aggregate, 2-1 on the night, and we are through to the final. That is how you handle a 2-legged affair. Brilliant stuff. There hasn't been a lot of time processes advancing. Can you share? We're facing Wrexham. I've got to be careful how I answer this. I'll just put Sam fans a chance as much as we do. Try to be better than the day. I thought you winning. Need to go away and have a think about it before I start talking to you. Wow. That's amazing. Wrexham won by 2-0. So they overturned that 2-1 deficit. And Ryan Reynolds' men are who we are facing in the final. And if you remember the last episode, I said I had a feeling it was going to be them because they are really, really hot on form. Wrexham, how have we done against Wrexham this season? Because so we drew 2-2 there and we beat them by 2-1. So we've got a better aggregate over Stephen Schumacher's men, but they are the side as well that are on form. Their last defeat was against us before they lost to Wigan Athletic. But in 8 days' time, we'll get that playoff final commence. However, you're going to see it in less than a second. I'll continue advancing, and we've got one final fixture to play, the League One playoff final. Come on, Bolton. Here we are then. The Sky Bet League One playoff final. Wrexham taking on Bolton Wanderers. It's the biggest football match of the season. A victory would get us into the Championship for what will be the first time since 2019. Defeat, and we stay in League One for another season. This is the team. We have had Adebayo back, but he's just got the flu. So we do, you can see, have McAtee and Sean available to us, but I think we'll put McAtee on the bench. However, the starting lineup and the bench will stay as is. Baxter in goal, Matheson, Toll, Forrester and Dacres Cogley. Thomason at Borwin midfield, Benassi and Sheehan, Collins, Randall, Bergsorg. There's one last game to go. 90 minutes left to play. And then that is it. Paul Mullin will lead the line for them. They've got some big championship experience and players who know how to get out of this division. Danny Batt, George Dobson, Oliver Rathbone, Jay Rodriguez. Super strong side. What do we say here to the boys? This is so important. Important match. Give the fans a good performance. That's all we can do, can't we? Yes, we might lose, but if we give them a massive performance at Wembley, a huge stadium, they will be so proud of us. And that's all we can hope for today. We are a massive side. Wrexham obviously promoted to the Championship in real life. Never been in the Championship before. However, this is a place we know well. And it would be the first piece of silverware should we get the job done. Wrexham versus Bolton. Come on, lads. Get into them. Let's do magic today. Let's see then. Is it going to be? It's only 51,000 people, so it's not sold out, which is mind-boggling because I think it would if it was real life. As the first highlight looks like it's falling our way. Rathbone has fouled Randall. Oh, I thought that could be a red card, the way the transition was happening there, but I don't think that'll be a penalty because it looked like it was outside the area to me. We obviously have VAR for the final game today. Yeah, decision, no penalty. That was quite easy of a decision to spot, but VAR being used in this game. We really did burst forward there. Rathbone had to put a challenge in. However, corner kick for us. Tool heads it. Oh, gosh. Nearly jumped out my seat with that one. We have another one. Free kick this time. Thomason. Forrester can't get there. Conquo can. And he will gracefully keep hold of the ball here. He kicks it out. This should be easy for Matheson. Yes, it is. Matheson. Benassi loses it. Dobson regains possession and charges forward for Wrexham. Bagan on it. Bagan to Rathbone. Finds Jay Rodriguez, who's beating the defence. And Jay Rodriguez gives Wrexham the lead. And for the first time in the playoffs, we've got a bit of catching up to do. It's a big counter-attack, that, from Wrexham. They really, the pass there just annihilated our defence. And Rodriguez was running straight through. Look at that. He's been done, Dacres Cogley there, defensively. And we've been made to pay the price. Wrexham won. Bolton Wanderers 0. I'll give them a shout of encouragement. But if we can get into this first half with a bit of a reaction, that would be brilliant. Let's pause this just for now. And we'll... because they've got some tired players already. Sago and Andrews. You can feel the tension. You can feel the nerves ringing around this stadium. We're yet to have a shot on target, but could this change with this highlight? Huddersfield scored right on the brink of half-time. Could we? Mullin intercepted that, but we've got it, and we're keeping hold of it. Thomason to Forrester. Forrester plays the ball to Luke Matheson. The passing just needs to be a bit slicker. It feels like there is nervousness inside this team. Matheson finds Delano Bergsorg. That is a brilliant pass, but it's going to go to VAR. I don't know whether he's on or off there. This is just going to be a toss of a coin as to what decision the referee's going to make here. Will Finney goes to VAR and awards the goal. That is that pass from Luke Matheson is exactly why he's been given a new contract, because that is not being seen at all. And what a brilliant ball it is. And Delano Bergsorg might be played his way to a permanent contract here at Bolton. He scored 2 massive goals in the last game and has scored the biggest of them all at the biggest stage here at Wembley. And what do we say here? I don't want to repeat myself. I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. We've been the better team? We have kind of been the better team when you look at the stats. Get out there make the difference. The individual team talks there are having more of an effect than what I think was said previously. But here we go. Last 45 minutes. Okocha plays the ball forward. Toll wins the header, but there's no one in midfield to get it. Bergzorg tracking back fantastically to put in a tackle, but Wrexham continue to move the ball forward. Jay Rodriguez, bad pass. Bergzorg's there, but Danny Batt is first to it. Dobson to Danny Batt. Andrews, Bagan. Let's play out, boys. Get out, pull out. Madison can't get there. Finds Paul Mullin to Andrews. Rodriguez. Can he get the ball in the area? He can. He's going to find a pass back to Andrews. George Dobson to Bagan, who shoots, and Joel Bagan will not be stopped from that distance. And Wrexham looks like they could be taking the sting out of this game, and they could be the ones who could be going to the Championship this season. We have got to find a response. That is a decent bit of football, but it's the strike from Bagan that just beats Baxter. And after only 7 minutes from the first half, Wrexham lead. And we have to do another bit of catching up. Hopefully, we can respond. I'm going to go to weaker foot there. I'm looking at who's playing badly. Collins and Randall haven't shown up yet, so we might have to change something up. And Bagans has a corner. Corner in. Oh... Rodriguez. It's just pinball stuff. Bolton 3-1 down. Might not be our day, lads. It really might not be. Oh, it hits off. Who's that face there? I can't select him. Whoever that is, it's hit off his face and gone into the back of the net. Right, we've got to find a response. We've got to find a response. We've got to do something. I think we drop Bergzorg out and we bring on McAtee. I know he's got no sharpness, but he's just got to understand how big this game is. Maybe we do drop Thomason out in a few minutes. Forrest has had a rubbish game. Maybe we drop Thomason off, and then we put an extra cam up front just like we did earlier in the season, to be honest, just to try and give us a bit more attacking impetus. Yeah, there's 20 minutes to go. We've had one shot on target. Let's just do it. Thomason off, and we'll bring on Mendes Gomez, who can play at cam. We'll bring off Dakwas Cogley for a C2-2 as well. We've got 20 minutes. We need a goal. Otherwise, it's going to be over. And there is a highlight, which is good to see. However, it's in the wrong hands. Brunts to Rathbone. Rathbone to Sago. Mullins there. Brilliant stop by Baxter. A lack of power there from Mullins. I know it's his left foot. But Paul Mullin will take this corner and really should have put this game to bed for them. Maybe he can with the corner. Dobson puts the ball over the bar. And there's only 15 minutes left. I mean, maybe that second half-time team talk was not the one, because we definitely haven't been the better team in the second half. They have come out and they have been fantastic, Wrexham. Totally deserving of that goal. Rathbone to Mullin. The ball trickles through again. The ball's cleared. I mean, it looked as if he sort of ducked there, Mullin, which put the keeper off, but it didn't end up doing so, as the game is trickling out. And I think with 5 minutes, unless something dangerous, something mental happens, there is a highlight. Mullin to Rathbone. Rathbone to Dobson. Baxter with the hold. Please don't end the highlight there. They've ended it. I think it's going to be it. And the pain of Wembley has struck us for the first time in this save. Wrexham win the playoff final, and it's defeat and it's heartbreak for Bolton, and it's another season in League One. We didn't deserve to win. Was the occasion? I don't think it was too much to handle. I just think, unfortunately, we came up against a side that were just better than us, and unfortunately, Wrexham are promoted to the Championship. But considering the season we ended up having, yes, we hit the board's objective under crazy circumstances. We got into fifth. We were only 4 points from third place Wrexham, but the top three sides were the top three sides that have been promoted and will be playing their football in the Championship. But we've got promising sides to build on for next season. We have a good base here And luckily, I think we'll have enough in the confidence of the board to give us another season, even though, oh no, I have been given another season. I've got another season. My contract was 2 years, so I've got another year here where hopefully, and I think definitely the expectation's got to be to get this side ready for a good stab at the title, a good stab definitely at promotion next season. Apart from that though, that is it. I don't think the Championship has been yet. No, Championship football still yet to come, but we know Portsmouth, Millwall and Derby will be joining us, and we know MK Dons, Port Vale, Colchester, one of Carlisle and Accrington Stanley will also be joining us in there. Hartlepool have been promoted, as well as Yeovil Town in the National League there as well. But can I just say thank you so much for the support on this first season. I've been so happy to bring it back, Football Manager content. I'm loving creating videos right now, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this first season, and we'll kick on and we'll hopefully build a squad that is capable of promotion next time round. If we get into the playoff, get back to Wembley, we're going to try and get the victory. Rebuilding this fallen giant. The first season, we came so close, but next season, with a full transfer window, we'll hopefully have the team ready and capable to be dominant next season. Thank you so much for watching this season finale and this playoff finale. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and we'll catch you for season 2 of the Bolton Save very, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.